Hello guys and welcome to this Pokemon Battle and Pokemon Showdown. So anyways, I'm Gamer Louis 95 and this is probably my first Pokemon Battle I'm gonna be uploading on YouTube since like 2 years. So anyways, as you can see, this is the team. My team consists of Grimmsnarl, Celesteela, Ferrothorn, Arcanine, Tapu Fini and Galarian Zapdos. So if we head to Pokemon Showdown, this is my team. First of all, we've got the Grimmsnarl, one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon and one of my favorite Pokemon ever. So it has leftovers, Prankster, and then when you look at its move pool, it has Swagger, Power Play, Substitute, and Spirit Break. So the whole idea of this is just to substitute and see what my opponent's gonna go for. And then if I'm able to go for Swagger and Foul Play, and if I want, I can just go for Spirit Break to deal damage and lower its special attack. And it's max HP, max special defense. And then we've got Power Hub Celesteela with Autotomize, Meteor Beam, Flash Cannon, Flamethrower. We've got Rocky Helmet Ferrothorn with Leech Seed, Vital Press, Spikes, and Thunder Wave. We've got Arcanine with Flash Fire. Now the reason why I have Flash Fire Arcanine and not Intimidate, because I need a Pokemon that can absorb fire attacks just to protect the Ferrothorn and Celesteela from fire moves. It's a defensive Arcanine with Scorching Sands, Flamethrower, and Will-O-Wisp. Then we've got Choice Scarf Terraprofinia, and then I give it Trick, Toxic, Moonblast, and Scald. Now the reason why I did not give it Telepathy is because I don't want under the Mystery Terrain, Swagger does not work, or like it does work, but it does not confuse the opponent. So Swagger is basically pointless. So that's why I have it has Telepathy and not Mystery Terrain or Misty Surge. And lastly, we have Galarian Zapdos, Life Orb with Bulk Up, Thunderous Kick, Stomping Tantrum, and Throat Chop. Okay, anyways, guys, let's start this battle, and I really hope you enjoy this battle. So here he decides to leave out with Jirachi as I lead off with Grimmsnarl. I go for the substitute just to see what he's gonna go for. He goes for the Iron Head, and I think I was expecting him to switch out or to U-turn, but it turns out he was his choice based on him going for Iron Head twice. So I decided to switch to Ferrothorn just for the chip damage from Iron Head and Iron Barbs, and from Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs. As he switches out, I go for the Thunder Wave just to cripple anything that comes in. Now here I decide to go into Tapu Fini just to trick the Clefable, as he decides to switch into Jirachi, and I just trick my Choice Scarf for his Choice Scarf. So now my Tapu Fini is kind of exposed, so it's really hard to use it correctly right now since it's exposed. He goes for U-turn, brings in his Ditto, which can take any hit from me. He decides to go for Poison or for Toxic, and now my Tapu Fini is on a timer. Now here he switches into Clefable, knowing that I'm choiced into a Scald. As I bring the Arcanine, as he goes for Cosmic Power, which is really worrying or worrisome, since I don't have anything to deal with this Clefable aside from my Celesteela. So I bring back Tapu Fini, hoping to go for the Choice Scarf or to trick the Clefable, but he knows my plan, so he just brings out the Jirachi as his safest option. Now here he decides to go for U-turn, and I predict that. That's why I bring the Ferrothorn just to deal more chip damage. Anyways, here I decide just to put some stealth spikes, so anything that comes in will lose some of its health from spikes. Anyways, I kind of predict him switching out into Jirachi once I brought my Tapu Fini, because he doesn't want his Clefable to get tricked. Anyways, now that he has his Jirachi, I'm predicting the Iron Head against the Grimmsnarl, which is why I switch into Ferrothorn. So he brings in the Curve Knight, goes for Defog just to get rid of the spikes. I really don't care. I'm just gonna cripple it with Thunder Wave, which is really important, as he decides to go for Clefable with Magic Guard. So my Leech Seed is really pointless, and my Tapu Fini is about to die. I tried to trick one last time, but he just brings in the Ditto, which is already choiced. So my Tapu Fini just dies without accomplishing anything, honestly. So here I decide to bring Grimmsnarl just to... I'm not sure why actually, but anyways. So here is my first one is against Clefable. I just decide to put some spikes up as he goes for Cosmic Power. Now here I bring the Celesteela because I really need to beat it before it sets up too much cosmic power or too much defenses, or before it boosts its defenses by a lot. Now I get lucky and I get a lower special defense, so he decides to switch out since I might just beat him. He goes into Corviknight, I go for Autotomize, and I guess he's gonna go for Defog, which is predictable. Now I have Flamethrower, which means I can beat it 1v1, and that does a lot of damage. He goes for Body Press, which really doesn't do much. Now here he's forced to switch on to Dragapult. I go for Flash Cannon for predicting that, and I guess he just sacks his Dragapult. I actually was predicting Clefable, which is why I went for Flash Cannon. Anyways, here I predict the Flamethrower. I go into Arcanine just to take the Flamethrower. I have Flash Fire, so I'm not worried about that. Now here he brings Clefable. I switch into Grimmsnarl, which is a huge mistake. Anyways, for some reason I go for Swagger, even though it might have Moonblast. I'm not sure why I went for Swagger, but I got lucky and he hit himself. Now here I decide to go for Celesteal and just to go for Flash Cannon because I really need to get rid of this Clefable before it sets up too much cosmic power. So my only hope right now is just to get a crit and or lower special defense until I beat it with Flash Cannon. But as you can see, that does not work. At the end of the day, I just lose. I lost all of my PP on Flash Cannon, and it beats me with Flamethrower, so I really couldn't do anything. As you can see, Flamethrower, and it beats me. So now, so here's the thing. Clefable already showed all of its 4 moves. It has Flamethrower, Cosmic Power, Stored Power, and Moonlight. So it does not have Moonblast, which means I can bring in Grimmsnarl safely, which is what I do right now. And this is where Grimmsnarl just beats Clefable 1v1, as you can see here. So I go for the Swagger just to get it confused. I know it can't do anything to me, and I got lucky. It hits himself. Now here I decide to go for the substitute. I should have done that before going for Swagger, since I'm a special defensive, max HP special defense, so I can take any hit it wants to throw at me. And here I go for a Spirit Break just to lower special attack to make sure that I can take more hits. Here he gets crit, but it really doesn't matter. I just repeat the same thing. I go for substitute, take a hit, go for Spirit Break, just to lower special attack more and more, and which means I can survive. Which means I can beat it 1v1 basically, since it can't do anything against me. And at the end of the day, it's gonna run out of PP and it's gonna struggle and hit itself and die. Like, this is amazing, because I'm really happy that Grimmsnarl was able to beat Clefable 1v1. One of my favorite Pokemons beating one of my least favorite Pokemons. So yeah, the only choice it has, it has to switch out or just let its Clefable die. Now here he switches out, which is really good, and I predict that. I actually go for the Swagger, predicting the switch out. As he goes for Corviknight, I go for Foul Play, which does a lot of damage. Not as much as I hoped, but it's still good enough. I go for Foul Play again as he gets paralyzed, which is really good. Foul Play again, and I beat it with a crit. So yeah, Grimmsnarl is doing so much work right now. Now here I predict the Shell Smash, so I immediately go for a Foul Play without risking the Swagger. Well, and basically now it's dead because it has to break my sub and I can just beat it. So now it has only 2 Pokemon left, Clefable and Ditto, and it can't beat me, not at all. If he decides to bring the Clefable, I can just beat it 1v1. And if he decides to bring the Ditto, I'm just gonna go for the substitute, see what he wants to go for. If he's gonna go for Spirit Shackle, I'm gonna switch into my Ferrothorn, deal more damage, chip damage. So I'm really happy with how Grimmsnarl did in this match. Like, it was the MVP. It literally took down Clefable, like one of the most annoying Pokemon ever, with one of the worst move pool, or like one of the worst Clefable sets with the Cosmic Power, Store Power, Flamethrower, and Moonlight. It was so annoying, so I was really happy that Grimmsnarl was able to pull this off. Not only that, Grimmsnarl was able to beat Clefable, Corviknight, Barbarical, and it would have easily beaten Dragapult, and the only thing that was worrying was Jirachi, which I was able to deal with Ferrothorn. So anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this match. I really hope you enjoyed seeing Grimmsnarl take down Clefable. This was a really fun match in my opinion. I was really happy with Grimmsnarl. Like I said, it's one of my favorite Pokemon, so seeing it do work makes me really happy. So I'll try to upload more Pokemon matches since when they're interesting. And see you next time.